Imagine hiding in a cramped, windowless room with 7 other people. No sunlight for months, no fresh air, every footstep overhead is a threat. Every sudden noise could mean discovery and death. This wasn't a nightmare. This was daily life for Anne Frank. In 1942, when Anne was just 13 years old, she and her family were forced into hiding in a secret annex behind a bookcase in Nazi-occupied Amsterdam. For 2 years, they lived in fear, silence, and confinement. But Anne did something remarkable. She picked up a pen and wrote. Every single day she wrote. She wrote about her family, her crushes, her dreams, and her deepest thoughts. She wrote as if someone might listen, and 80 years later, the world did listen. Her diary became one of the most important historical documents ever written. Anne Frank was born in Frankfurt, Germany in 1929. Her family was Jewish. When Adolf Hitler rose to power, life became increasingly dangerous for Jewish people across Europe. Anti-Semitic laws stripped them of rights, jobs, and dignity. Anne's father, Otto Frank, decided the family had to leave Germany. They moved to Amsterdam in 1933, hoping for safety. For several years, Anne lived a relatively normal childhood. She went to school, made friends, and loved her life in the Dutch city. But in 1940, Nazi Germany invaded the Netherlands. Within months, the same persecution they had fled from Germany followed them to Amsterdam. Jewish people were ordered to wear yellow stars. They were banned from shops, schools, and public spaces. Otto Frank knew hiding was their only chance of survival. He prepared a secret hiding place in the annex behind his business building. His plan was brilliant, but terrifying. On July 6, 1942, Anne's sister Margot received a call-up notice. The Nazis were rounding up young Jewish people for deportation. That night, the Frank family left their home and entered the hidden annex. They took nothing but what they could carry. Anne's best gift that birthday a few days earlier had been a diary. She started writing immediately. Anne called the annex the secret annex, and she called herself Kitty. The diary was her best friend. In those first entries, she wrote about the fear, the strangeness of her new life underground, but she also wrote with the voice of a normal teenager. She complained about her mother. She wrote about her crush on a boy named Peter Van Pels, who was hiding with his family in the annex. She worried about her appearance and her future. Living in the secret annex meant absolute silence during business hours. 8 people, the Franks, the Van Pels family, and a dentist named Albert Dussel, shared 4 small rooms. They couldn't flush the toilet during the day. They couldn't run water. They couldn't make noise. At night, they had to stay away from windows. As months turned into years, Anne's diary entries grew more mature and introspective. She wrestled with deep questions. What did it mean to be a woman? What kind of person did she want to become? She documented the tensions living so close to her family. She loved her father deeply, but her relationship with her mother was strained. She and Margot were sisters, but they grew distant. She wrote about Peter Van Pels, the boy in the annex. They developed a tentative romance, sneaking moments together in the dark. She shared her dreams of becoming a writer or a journalist. She imagined giving a lecture after the war about living in hiding. Anne also reflected on the war itself. She listened to radio broadcasts when possible. She understood that millions of Jews were being murdered. She felt the weight of survival, the guilt and mystery of why she and her family remained alive while so many others did not. But despite everything, she wrote about her belief in the goodness of humanity. She believed that people were fundamentally decent. She hoped that after the war, the world would be better. On August 4, 1944, the secret annex was discovered. Historians still debate who had betrayed the family's location. The Gestapo arrived and arrested everyone. Anne's diary ended abruptly. Her last entry was 2 days before the raid. In it, she wrote about her complicated self, her desire to be good, her frustration with herself, her hope that someday the real Anne would emerge from the person she felt forced to hide. After her arrest, Anne and Margot were separated from their parents. They were moved from Auschwitz to Bergen-Belsen concentration camp. In early 1945, both sisters died of typhus just weeks before the camp was liberated. Anne was 15 years old. Her mother, Edith, had died at Auschwitz. Only Anne's father, Otto Frank, survived. After the war, when he returned to Amsterdam, a family friend gave him Anne's diary. He read his daughter's words for the first time. He decided to honor her memory by publishing them. The diary was first published in Dutch in 1947. It has since been translated into 70 languages and has sold over 30 million copies worldwide. Anne Frank's diary is far more than a historical record of the Holocaust. It is the voice of a girl becoming a woman. It is a meditation on identity, hope, and resilience under impossible circumstances. Anne's words teach us something crucial. Even in the darkest times, the human spirit endures. She reminds us that behind every historical tragedy are individual stories, dreams, fears, and love. Her diary shows us that one person's voice, preserved and shared, can reach across generations and change how the world understands itself. The most profound takeaway from Anne's diary is this: never underestimate the power of bearing witness. Anne didn't know if anyone would ever read her words. She wrote for herself, for Kitty, for the simple human need to be heard. Yet her voice became a bridge between the past and present, reminding us all to choose compassion, to resist hatred, and to believe in human goodness even when evidence seems impossible. Thanks for watching this summary of Anne Frank's diary. This story reminds us why books matter, why one girl's words can echo through history and touch millions of hearts. If you enjoyed this journey, please subscribe to our channel for more book summaries and news stories. We'd love to have you back for the next one.